It was supposed to be the summer the monarchy reclaimed its image, a polished wave of public goodwill, a string of charity appearances, a carefully crafted reminder that the crown still held power in a restless world. But inside the palace, the mood was nothing short of panic. Not the kind that shows in polite smiles and perfectly tailored suits, but the kind that makes men pace the length of a locked room, snapping at aides and staring at sealed envelopes as if they might detonate. Prince William, heir to the throne, future king, finds himself backed into the darkest corner of his life. And this time, the danger isn't coming from Parliament or the press, it's coming from his own blood. On one side, Harry and Meghan's glittering, poisonous Netflix deal has cracked open the walls of royal secrecy. On the other, Prince Andrew's scandal, long thought buried, is clawing its way back into the light, dragging the monarchy's dignity with it. Two fronts, one war, and William's throne hanging by a single, frayed thread. The Netflix deal is no mere business arrangement. It is an open wound, a billion-dollar weapon disguised as storytelling. Harry and Meghan know exactly what they're doing. Their glossy documentaries, their pointed interviews, their carefully timed revelations are not accidents, they are precision strikes. The first series was bad enough. The second is whispered to be worse. Palace intelligence, yes, the Crown has its own network of quiet informants, has already flagged segments that will target William directly, painting him as cold, controlling, and complicit in the institution's darker moments. Aides say Meghan has been pushing for rawer, more unfiltered footage. Unfiltered, in their world, means a hit piece. William has seen the early clips. He watched him alone, in his private study, the curtains drawn against the summer light, the door locked. "It's war," he murmured, his voice so low it was almost a growl. And while Hollywood cash lines Harry and Meghan's pockets, the cost to the monarchy is immeasurable. Every word they speak to the camera is another hammer blow to the fragile shield of royal mystique. Andrew, meanwhile, is the ghost that refuses to leave. His disgrace should have been final, titles stripped, duties removed, banished from the public eye. But he lingers, attending private family gatherings, whispering in the ears of those who still see him as one of their own. Now, new legal filings threaten to pull him back into the headlines. Names, dates, and allegations the palace thought they had buried are surfacing again, and the public's fury is reigniting. Worse still, a charity tied to Andrew is under investigation, with documents suggesting questionable use of funds. The story has all the ingredients the tabloids crave: money, privilege, scandal. And it is happening on William's watch. Senior courtiers are split. Some urge William to strike hard and fast, to publicly sever ties with Andrew once and for all, to send a message that the future king will tolerate no rot in the foundation of the monarchy. Others warn that such a move could fracture the already fragile family dynamic, giving Harry and Meghan fresh ammunition for Netflix. "They'll paint you as ruthless," one aide warned, "and they'll do it to music. But standing still is not an option." Behind closed doors, in a meeting so secret that even some senior staff were kept out, William made it clear, the crown will not survive another decade like this. His voice was low, his eyes like steel. "I will burn the bridges I have to," he said, "but I will not let this family be dragged into the gutter." Those in the room exchanged uneasy glances. The bridges he meant were not just personal, they were dynastic. And in the game of monarchy, once a bridge is burned, it can never be rebuilt. King Charles has remained publicly silent, but privately, he has pressed his son to prepare for unthinkable measures. The king's own words to William were chilling: "The throne is not inherited, it is defended." That defense, however, is becoming harder by the day. Rumors swirl that Netflix executives are pushing for a surprise, Tell All episode to drop during a key royal anniversary, maximizing humiliation. Meghan has allegedly hinted to producers that there are still untold truths about Kate, truths that could shatter her carefully maintained image as the dignified future queen. William knows what this means. Catherine will be thrown into the crossfire. And Andrew, the whispers have turned into roars. Journalists are circling, sources are talking, and the American press, always hungrier for scandal than the British broadsheets, smells blood. One leak, one photo, one off-the-record comment could ignite the entire powder keg. It's no longer a question of if these two crises will collide, it's when. The palace is operating like a war room now. Schedules are being rewritten, public appearances reshuffled to avoid ambushes, security tightened not for physical threats but for reporters with microphones and hidden cameras. Every phone call could be a trap. Every handshake could hide a recording device. William has begun speaking in code to trusted aides, wary of leaks even from within. And still, the image of the monarchy is bleeding. Poll numbers show younger generations losing faith in the institution. Social media mocks the royals with memes, hashtags, and viral clips ripped from Harry and Meghan's interviews. Every viral post chips away at the respect the crown once commanded without question. In public, William smiles. In private, he is preparing for the possibility that the monarchy, as he knows it, will not survive his reign. He has begun quietly drafting contingency plans, radical moves to slim down the royal family, cut off vulnerable members, and modernize its image in ways that would have been unthinkable a decade ago. Some plans include complete exile for Andrew. Others, well, even his closest advisors refuse to speak them aloud. One thing is certain, the battle ahead will be fought not with swords or soldiers, but with headlines, streaming deals, and public perception. And in that arena, Hollywood money is just as deadly as palace shame. As the days pass, William can feel the thread holding his throne tightening, stretching, ready to snap. He wonders if he will recognize the moment when it finally breaks, or if, like so many royal downfalls before, it will happen quietly, with a smile still fixed on his face, while the ground gives way beneath him. And somewhere in California, Harry and Meghan will be watching, cameras rolling, ready to tell the story their way.